take a look at your packets? Okay, we'll decide that in just a minute. Right now, I want you to pull out your packet. Because we're going to try to talk through some of this quickly before we start to read. Okay. Lines from chapter 10. Who can read what's in this box for me? Nathan.
And where it says do now?
Yes. Start with it's as if.
Miss Saunders?
It's as if the man paused, seeming to search his mind for the right words of description. It's like going downhill through deep snow on a sled, he said finally at first. It's exhilarating.
Let him try.
Exhilarating.
Exhilarating.
The speed, the sharp, clear air, but then the snow
Okay, keep going.
accumulates, builds up on the runners, and you have to push hard to keep going. And he shook his head suddenly and peered at Jonas. That meant nothing to you, did it? He asked. Jonas was confused. I didn't understand it, sir. Of course you didn't. You don't know that snow is. Do you? Jonas shook his head. Or a sled runners? No, sir, Jonas said. Downhill, the term means nothing to you. Nothing, sir.
Okay. Let's look at our little word down here at the bottom. Exhilarating. Feeling of great happiness and elation. Exhilarating. Exhilarating is what I feel like on a Monday morning when I come to class. Especially after being gone Friday. Nathan, awesome job. Awesome job. Okay, so what are we saying here? What is the man comparing to riding down a hill on a sled? Do we remember that part from our story? He's getting into starting to tell Jonas about the memories, and they weigh on him. And he's saying that it's like going down a sled in the snow. Yes.
I think what he means is like at first when you get the memory, it's like fun, and then it starts to really like weigh.
No, I think you're exactly right. I think in the beginning, because this first memory, when Jonas experiences this first memory with the downhill and the sled and the snow, how does Jonas feel?
Happy.
Sure, how does he feel?
Does he feel happy and excited?
Excited, yeah. If you've never been sledding before, and all of a sudden you get to go do that, has anybody here been sledding? Has anybody been here sledding? Okay, let's do it this way. Let's think of something. Ice skating. Roller skating? Going on a plane, maybe? Something you get to do for the first time that you've never done before, and you're a little apprehensive, which is apprehensive, a little bit scared, and a little bit nervous. So you're apprehensive, but you do it, and then it's exhilarating. So it's feeling of great happiness and elation, which is how he feels about going down the hill on a sled. But understand, based on what this is, Jonas doesn't know what snow is. And as we read in the chapter, he doesn't know what cold is. No cold, no snow. Well, there's no color too, but that comes later. So none of these things he has a point of reference for. He has no idea what any of this means. Number 2, why might Jonas be unfamiliar with these words? And what does this suggest about a community? Genesis.
They never see snow. It never snowed there.
It never snows there. Never snows.
There's no cold at all.
No cold.
They do not sled at all
No.
because there is no snow.
Yes.
And there must not have been any hills since he doesn't know the phrase downhill.
Right. There's no hills because he doesn't know the phrase downhill. So it's flat. We know that Jonas is learning about color. So what does that tell us about how they've been genetically engineered to be? Wait. Let's hear from somebody else. What does that mean if they're genetically engineering people to not see color, to be in sameness? Isis?
So everybody can look the same.
Everybody can look the same. What's one of the things that they talked about? Let me pull my book.
They actually don't all look the same. It's just their eyes, you can see it.
But there's a part in, I'm trying to figure out if it happens in 13 or if it happens in 12. All right, I'll have to find it in a minute. But they specifically talk about, okay. If you have the bigger book, oh no, it's in 13. And you guys didn't do 13, we're doing 13 today.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah, she
then-
said we're doing 11 and 12.
Okay, then I'm not gonna spoil anything if I say this. So, what? I'm not spoiling it. The giver tells Jonas that there had been a time when flesh had different colors. 2 of these men had dark brown skin, and the others were light. Going closer, and I won't tell you what they do, but even the people at this point, their flesh was all the same color. But Jonas is reliving memories now where he sees that flesh had different colors. Okay? But we're going to do that today. All right. Is there anything else you can think of that might be what this might tell you about the community? We know that it's flat. There are no hills. It looks the same. People seem to look the same. Yes.
I have something that's not really about the story. It's more of a question.
Okay.
If there used to be color in everything, how did everything get stop?
Right. I think it has to do with, I don't think it's that things stopped having color, because what do we know about Fiona's hair?
It's red.
Share you.
Her color is red.
It's red. And the receiver or the giver, he's not the receiver anymore. Who's the receiver now? Jonas. Jonas is the receiver now. The receiver, the giver, talks about the fact that the genetic scientists want everyone to be the same, but people like Fiona still have red hair. So it's not, I don't think that they're changing the people's features. Genesis, do you have thoughts?
I already know.
I know you already know, don't tell me. Genesis is already way past us.
John.
Genesis, sorry. Genesis is way past us. Huh? I know, but I'm just saying we're on 13, so you're way past us. Before this happened, before Jonas started even thinking about being the receiver, or what did they call it when he started looking at things differently? Seeing beyond, when he started seeing things. Because the first thing that changed for Jonas was what? Roxana? The apple. And then it happened again where he saw a flicker of change when he looked at what? Isis. Fiona's here. There's one more time. Delvin.
At the ceremony of the 12.
At the ceremony of the 12, when he looked down in the crowd, apparently a lot of the people were flushed, so he was seeing the red in their skin. I don't know, maybe it was warm in there, or I don't know, but that's what he saw. So if Jonas is able to see color now, it seems to me that what can other people not see? Isis.
Color.
The other people can't see color. So I'm wondering if their hair and their skin is the same, but whatever genetic changes they made had to do with what people were able to see rather than what they were able to make. So your skin's still going to be the same color, your hair's going to be the same color, but we're going to change your eyes so that you can't see it. Yes.
I think that it has something to do with maybe gas or something they put in the air. And since Jonas's eyes are different,
Right?
he can block out your senses. And when he becomes a certain age, I don't know if the community knows that he has different eye colors, and he's a receiver.
Right.
And I wonder if the same is going to happen to David.
That is a very good question. Genesis shaking her head. That's all I want you to say. Don't say anymore.